In terms of being able to understand a dementia resident, one needs to put all focus and attention on them, unreservedly. So putting aside all other thoughts, being in the present and focusing and making an effort to understand and concentrate on what it is that they're thinking or wanting to say. Now, eye contact goes a long way with this, because through eye contact you can pick up the feelings, and through eye contact the dementia resident will be able to pick up your feelings. So there's definitely communication on that level. And when confidence builds up with that trust and empathy with eye contact, then the dementia resident is more likely to communicate and build up that confidence and trust to say something. And with that, if you're encouraging with no matter what they say, any encouragement goes a long way with dementia residents. So if they just say something like, good to see you, or, lovely, or sunshine, or whatever the word is, encourage that and try and see what it is behind those couple of words they've said that they're trying to say. Not to speak for them or on behalf of them, but encourage them. Say, Mum, you're doing so well. It's great to hear you speaking. Good on you for making the effort. I know you're trying hard. I'm here to support. And just clarify if you need to, if the speech becomes jumbled or confusing. Mum, do you mean this? Or is this what you mean? Or do you mean that? And then, of course, she can shake her head or nod her head, and you can go forward from there. It's important to try to get to the level of the dementia resident and their cognition and their understanding. So just like with children, when they're first born, when they're a baby, there's a bit of baby talk that goes on, and not that you do that with dementia residents at all, but when the child's, say, 2 or 3, then you start speaking to them in an elementary manner to be able to pull them forward, to encourage them, not in such a manner, not adult speech, because they won't understand that, and not baby speech, because that's not going to help them with vocab or grammar, but at a manner, at their level, just one step ahead of them, so you can bring them forward. So that's the way with dementia residents as well. Garner and see what level they're at in terms of their communication and understanding, and then keep one step ahead to be able to encourage and pull them forward. And you'll know that you're pitching it at the right level when you see that they're interested, focused, and relaxed. You can gear that by their eyes. You'll be witness to that focus and concentration, seeing their eyes and expression. And if they're interested, and if they're engaged and concentrated and focusing, then you know that you've pitched it at the right level. So keep it at that being the case. And if you can see them drift off or get irritated and angry or upset, then back off and recalibrate and either reconnect with them to go forward again or have a break. Often at the start of this communication and concentration, dementia residents find it difficult to build up the stamina to be able to concentrate. So it might only be the first 5-10 minutes, or even 2-3 minutes that they can manage, then 5, then 10. Once they get to about half an hour of concentration, fascinatingly, to get to an hour is not difficult, but that first, rocky road, if you like, of having to work through to get up to, say, 5 minutes concentration to start with can be difficult. But once they've harnessed it, once they've got that focus and concentration, they can keep it ferociously. And it's not at all difficult once they gain this habit of concentration and focus. So this is the way to be able to understand and concentrate and get the best out of the person. It's not unlike any activity that we focus on. Any activity that we're interested in, we'll be able to learn and understand about. And it's just the same with dementia. We just have to take an interest in it, put our time and attention and energy into it, and be prepared to make the effort to understand the person and keep a note. It's important to keep a bit of a diary. I always think just using the Resident's Rise and the Resident's Voice, these two books I've written, you can use them as diaries as well and just write in them dates and comments aside and the epilogues at the back, so that you can keep a record of what your mother's saying and when she said it, so that you know that she can say those words. Then you can encourage her as time goes on to keep building the vocabulary. And this way, when they begin to build up their speech and their communication and their confidence, they're in a lot better position to be able to make friends in a dementia unit and to be able to integrate. So it really isn't any different to, for example, David Attenborough, a favourite program of the residents. When the explorers and the photographers and journalists went to Siberia, it took them 3 years in Siberian winters to get that beautiful, massive photo of the Siberian tiger coming over the mountains. The dementia residents love that. And so just imagine the commitment and effort to get that one photo of that rare, endangered, beautiful, powerful, glorious shouldered Siberian tiger. The commitment and effort that went into that for that group of people, photographers, journalists, wildlife explorers, naturalists, and to live in those conditions, those incredibly harsh Siberian winter conditions, with no comforts, to get that photo of that endangered species. There would have been so much knowledge that would have, orientation and knowledge about the species, the wildlife, their food, where they were likely to be, following, exploring. You can imagine a massive amount of research would have gone into getting that shot of that Siberian tiger. Well, in the same way with dementia, an unknown field and part, but once you start to explore and research and learn and think with the dementia resident and work with them and for them and on behalf of them, you will find that you'll pick up things just the same, and you will have your discoveries as well. You'll have your discoveries of in terms of when the dementia resident comes out of their silent cave and they start to connect with you. That's a wonderful discovery, when they start to give you eye contact and smile and connect. And then the next discovery, when they actually start to speak, even if it's only 1 or 2 words. And then when they get the confidence to speak an opinion in the form of a sentence. And from there, the confidence to communicate with others at the dining table or the workshops. And from there, you know they're safe. They've arrived on safe ground, because once they've actually connected with the others at the dementia unit with friendliness and hopefully friendship, you know that they'll be safe. They'll have colleagues, they'll have allies, and they'll have friendship in the dementia unit, which goes a long way towards them being able to have a positive quality of life. So I've written these 2 books, The Resident's Rise and The Resident's Voice, both from a dementia unit, both on Amazon, soft copy, hard copy, and ebook becoming popular, and on my website, pietavalentine.com. So it is good to read the book, especially if you're a reader. Everything's in there. The experiences of the dementia residents and all their highs and lows, and how they manage to live in a facility and thrive and grow even within it. And then at the end, the epilogues for the relatives to be able to read about these techniques and how they can help residents in dementia facilities. So thank you for your subscriptions and your likes and your comments and your support. This little channel is picking up, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.